Nowadays, on the dating scene, we hear a lot of women complaining how many men are avoidant and they don't know what they don't want to commit, they don't want anything serious. However, it is not necessarily true that men are necessarily avoidant. Well, many men are avoidant because they are not really sure what they want when they jump into the dating scene. And it is especially true when they don't have a general sense of direction in their lives, nor stability, especially the financial stability in their lives. So when men they don't have this kind of stability, usually they cannot commit to women as well. But many men, they are actually turned off by certain behaviors women display when they are dating. And at first, I really didn't understand what is going on because some of my friends in the past, they shared with me like, oh, I am getting to know this guy and it seems to go well, etc. But sometime later, they would say that, oh, that guy doesn't know what he wants. I'm not sure what we are anymore. And it seems that we are not a couple. And that, oh, I tried to talk with him about things, but he doesn't seem really willing or really want to have a label or anything. And as I dig deeper into what is happening, because she started to share like some of the things that were happening. Then I realized that, oh, it was actually when women do this kind of things that they eventually turn the man off. So the man would start to feel actually hesitant and feeling repelled by certain behaviors. Just as, women also feel repelled by certain behaviors of men. But well, since in this channel we are talking more about, we are helping women to understand the masculine behavior so that we get better relationship results, then today let's focus on this. So what happens is that many women, as they progress their relationship, it's really normal that we feel enthusiastic about it. It's, really normal to, at some point, want to know, so what are we exactly, right? What is his intention? What does he really want? Is this going to have a future? However, the problem is that when we have these kind of insecurities, many women often they pour in too much energy right away. And well, first mistake often is that when we are in the dating scene, let's say dating apps, when we have a dating app and we are like trying to see who are the potential like men that we would like to progress things, we tend to focus on just maybe one or two person and we put all our eggs right away in one basket before we even get to know more about the man. So it looks like, for example, when they send us a message, we reply right away even if we are busy. And if they want to schedule something, even if we are busy, we just move things around to accommodate them. And we already bring in this energy like, oh, come on, I'm so interested. And while this energy might seem like subtle, it is still there and it will still influence how your body language is showing. So subconsciously, it sends a signal that you are like already more than ready, like to lock him in. And of course, like when men feel that you might want to lock them in, before they are, even sure themselves, they will start to hesitate. And of course, if he's a predator, then maybe okay, yeah, since you're offering to me, then yeah, maybe I'll take it. But, average men, they might already feel that something is like a bit, I don't know, uncomfortable. Like subconsciously, they will feel it. And then what happens is that as things progress, first, many women, what they do is that because they want to progress things and they want that relationship immediately, usually because of certain insecurities that subconsciously leads them to seek for a certain validation by being chosen by a man, they will have less boundaries. So this might mean that, for example, if a man wants to, progress and have some level of intimacy with them, even if they don't feel ready, they might feel like, oh, if I don't do certain things, then maybe he might lose interest. So then many women ends up going that way, but then actually the man wasn't really interested in her, and then she comes to know later. And the other thing is that many women nowadays they do is that because they are insecure and they don't really feel that they can trust other people to take the lead, they will start to take the lead and initiative themselves by, for example, asking to meet more by them than letting the man initiate. Or then they might at some point start to, have the talk. And then instead of letting the man to step up and be the one initiating the talk, they will already have this kind of talk. And when they do that, the energy they bring in is already, one of insecurity. And when you bring in like a certain discomfort energy in your energy, then the other person can pick it up. And then if you go that, this and that, etc., then the other person, what is it? Like something is not right. And then, all the dynamic that goes on is not really favorable. Then he feels hesitant. So what happens is that if women, when they don't allow things to progress too fast, for example, if a man wants intimacy on a second date or third date, but you don't feel ready yet, if you could be honest and say, I am happy to know you, we are having a good time, but I don't feel ready yet, even if I feel really attracted to you, and maybe I need a little bit more time, etc. And by you having certain boundary and trusting your own intuition to see when you feel more ready, you already don't feel like all these insecurities boiling inside of you and making you feel that you want to step up in any moment to clarify things, to ask what are we, and all the things. And you see, by you actually allowing the space for the other person to step up, you can also actually see, is he the type of man that would step up and would, actually make things official and have the commitment? And is he actually serious and have serious intentions about you? And also if he's really interested in you. Because if you're taking that space, you will never really know how much he has in terms of interest in you and how much he can take initiative. And then you would, even if he accepts, we can be in a relationship, deep down, you will have this feeling like, is it because I asked him? Is he really interested in me? Those feelings. But when you feel insecure, you don't progress things right away. And you be more in your observant mode and, you go with the flow and let's see what he does. Then you will know if he is actually the kind of man that is compatible with what you desire. Because if you really desire a masculine man that takes initiative and he's really not doing anything, and even if things seems to go well, you have a good time together, it's been a few dates, etc. If he is not really progressing at all, and you actually want someone that is not, just going with the flow and is lost and etc. And of course, when you talk with each other, you will eventually know how he is with his career, with his life. Does he have a sense of direction, a higher purpose? So you already would have an idea of how he is in terms of commitment in a general sense. And there's a saying that says how you do anything is how you do everything. And this applies to commitment as well. So you can usually already have an idea of how much commitment a man usually has towards his life, towards the people he loves, his families, friends, etc., etc. And by you knowing that, you already have a good sense, like if he's really serious, if he's not serious, is he actually looking for something serious in the moment, etc., etc. And if you feel that, okay, he seems a little bit too passive, like just going with the flow for a little bit too long, then you don't have to, put all your eggs in one basket. There is this concept that is called rotational dating that I did as well, which means that when you are on a dating phase, and let's say that you are on dating app and you're meeting different people, until a man claims you with an official commitment and seriousness, and until you also chooses him, you don't have to be too close to anyone or be already in a relationship with anyone. And you get to see which man is more compatible with you. So you can go out and meet different men. And of course, not being intimate or like emotionally too close to anyone yet, but you allow yourself to, go out, meet, and socialize. For example, have dinner, lunch, coffee, a walk, so that you can know each other and different men and see who is more compatible with you. And this also helps you to not be too focused on just one person, because sometimes our psychology, our brain, is that we tend to focus so much on one that if that person, like if that relation is not going anywhere, it might affect our insecurities and our confidence. So when it comes to dating, actually doing the rotational dating can be a good way for us as women to know, like what kind of man I might prefer more or is more compatible with me. And also then you can be more in your feminine energy, which is more of the going with the flow, observing who is more compatible with you, who you like more, and then who will actually also be the reciprocal in terms of seriousness, in terms of what they really want, and also in terms of interest, if he's really interested in you. So if you find this information useful, I have a lot more that I can share, because there is just so much to share besides my courses that exist right now on the platform, on the Blooming Feminine Academy. So if you are interested in learning more of these juicy things, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, just stay in touch and see you next time. Bye.